Hello everybody, welcome to Non-Standard Action of the Star Lords, Silica and Wrath. Me is everybody, you should know them at this point. The question that I have for everybody this week is what's your favorite or most important or scar story? Like, everybody's got scars on them somewhere, and I want you to tell us yours. I also, if you don't mind, would like you to maybe let us know something interesting that happened during your level up about your character. Doesn't have to be very extensive, but if you wouldn't mind mentioning something, because I know some people like to hear that. Go with Ava first. Brought to us by Leif.
Hey guys, let's see. There's really nothing that interesting to mention about my level up because, well, soldiers get feats at level 2. I picked, versatile focus, which means I can just hit with more weapons. Better. And as far as scars go, I'd have to say she doesn't have many, surprisingly, because she's just that good. But there is one down the side of the inside left leg from that very same Ren Crota writing endeavor. Obviously, though it was a lot of fun, she got thrown off and slashed. Nearly cost her life, but of course, with the proper use of bandages and not using a tourniquet, she got to keep that leg.
Right, thank you, Leif. Next up is Finn, brought to us by...
So, Finn's most memorable scar probably comes from the time that he died. If you remember, Finn is a Borai, which means he is a sentient undead. Back when he was a human, he was running with a gang, and they were performing a heist on a store. The heist went south, and Finn ended up getting shot with a fire pistol right around his chest, and he's got a nasty burn scar on his chest. That's probably, like, the most meaningful one to him, because that's got a whole bunch of interesting feelings and memories with it. Finn hasn't been undead for a super long time. He's only been a Borai for about 1.5 years, so he's still dealing with the whole being undead thing. And during his level up, he spent a lot of time focusing on his photon abilities, and he actually has a pretty cool new rush move that he can do. You guys might get to see it during this combat that we're going right into. I can do a charge without penalties, and then pretty much if I want to, I can choose to explode into solar energy and do some damage. It's going to be fun.
Thank you very much. On to Jacinto and Tom.
Hello. Jacinto is took a path that I haven't taken yet in Starfinder, I don't think. No, I haven't. Jacinto is actually stepping off the beaten path, and he is taking an archetype.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to disclose exactly what archetype it is yet. My fellow players and Jet might know, might remember what it is, but I'm going to let it be a surprise because it might be applicable to today's episode. Aside from that, Jacinto's notable scar that he has it probably came from an accident with working on some sort of back in the day. Rakis and Jacinto were trying to work out like a sibling act where the two of them would juggle things. And Jacinto quickly realized that he was not made for that, but not before he took a switchblade, like a big knife, right through one of his twiggy arms. And so that was when he decided that he was gonna stay off of that and more divine the future and all that.
So is it more of a scar or more of like a knot? How do plants heal?
So yeah, it's probably a knot, right? Because that's isn't that how knots form on trees? I might be
more or less,
talking out of my
I
butt,
think.
but
I think so.
that sounds right. You know what? This is Starfinder. This is science fantasy. Yeah, it's
Sounds
a knot.
right.
now
Knots are actually where the branches come out of the logs, like the main body of the tree.
You.
Yeah.
thank you, Rafe.
That said, trees do also scar much like humans do. So there could very well be like a raised scar, or it could just be a knot if you guys want it to be.
We're gonna have
This is sci-fi, not science.
yeah.
This is science fantasy specifically.
So it's sci-fi, not
True.
sci-fi.
Yes, we are Star Wars, not Star Trek.
Yeah.
All right.
That's me.
And now we're on to Lahan and Nick.
Hi guys. Let's see. I'm sure Lahan has scars. I got distracted and did coding challenges instead of prepping for today.
Vamp.
You're
Don't
gonna have
admit
it.
to
So
it.
at level 2, I took a very exciting mechanic feat trick that lets me add my bypass to perception because Lahan is horrible at seeing things. So at least she gets a +1 now. She sort of tinkered around with her own brain a little bit to sort of highlight edges of things that are moving so that she can see them better. But she's still very distractible, being Lahan. She's not going to be as good as Jacinto at it. She started being so terrible. She did that.
Oh.
And we'll say her most memorable scar story, I'm sure, comes from that rocket car race I mentioned. The most dangerous thing she's ever done. Of course, that rocket car crashed. And Lahan's got a pretty good scar. Oh, I don't know, maybe along her shoulder, from where a flaming piece of metal sort of got her when she tumbled free of the thing.
Ouch! I'm sure her father lost his mind when that happened.
Just trying to be like the cool racers, in Dawnshore. I didn't think it would explode. I built it.
No, I get that, but I'm looking at it from a father's perspective, and if my daughter ended up with a flaming piece of shrapnel in her shoulder at a relatively young age, I would lose my mind.
You're telling us you won't let Judy do like those little kids stock car races where they build their own car and they go down the hill?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying in the event she does
If there
that
are
and she gets a
rockets
flaming
involved.
piece of shrapnel in her body, I will be very upset.
Yeah. I think every time Lapis fell out of a tree, Dad was pretty upset.
Yes. I used to fall out of trees pretty often.
I was the one who convinced Lapis to try stupid things before I did, so Lapis got all the broken bones.
Oh, so she was the beta tester.
I mean, I also did things just of my own free will.
She did. She didn't take much convincing, to be fair. Like, I wasn't being like super manipulative or anything. Lapis would take crazy risks, and so being the STEM-minded individual that I am, I would be like, Lapis, you try first. I'm gonna wait back here.
That sounds very much like my older sister, who scar story from me, the GM, and my on behalf of my sister. She decided to jump out of the climbing tree we had in our backyard and scream at me like a banshee while I was running. I was walking through the backyard with a shovel because I wanted to dig holes because I'm a kid and that's a thing. And my first instinct wasn't to look and see what it is. It was to stab behind me at whatever was attacking me and then drop the shovel and run. So she has a scar on her shin to this day, like 25 years later, from where I took a chunk out of her shin. And then my scar story is later that day, she felt like she had to scare me again to get even with me. So she pretended to go at me with a kitchen knife, and I threw my arm up in front of me, and she cut me across the arm. She just got in trouble both times, but those are my scar stories.
Ouch. Huh.
All right. Scar stories out of the way, intros out of the way, level up stuff out of the way. Last week, you guys got deputized.
We did.
Jacinto has a badge as big as his torso. You saved a mobility challenged gravekeeper from expiring due to natural causes. And you just did some overall investigating, trying to figure out what's going on. You went into a mausoleum. There was some. They attacked you. You defeated them, what felt like very easily to me. And then we left off with you being alarmed at Amiko's absence and a letter from her brother asking her for a midnight rendezvous. And you arrived at and broke into the superconductor manufactory. And we're jumping right back into initiative.
We only broke in because, like, no one would let us in. I would like to state for the record that we tried knocking first.
Mm-hmm. We did.
I wasn't passing judgment on the breaking in. It's just what you did.
I just want to clarify for the audience, we did not break in until after we checked that there was no other way in.
Mm.
All right, so we're jumping into initiative, and I am going to start popping things up on the map here for Ava to see, because Ava is going to be acting first. And
That's right. We followed the sound of cackling goblins to this.
And then Jet rolled what looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 initiative.
It doesn't matter though. We don't know this. Why don't you just go ahead and tell
Jet
me where
being
the
a good
closest
GM and
one
rolling
is?
initiative for all the baddies separately.
Oh, that's close.
Oh boy.
all right, so as you should be able to see momentarily if you're watching, we've got goblins everywhere. And I want to paint a little bit of a picture. This is the assembly room. All of this orange stuff on the southwest wall is plasma furnaces. And on these tables are, at a quick glance, eight bodies of sentience. And they have had silica, liquid hot silica, poured all over them until they expired, is what it looks like.
That's horrific.
Gruesome.
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Why?
And these are
This
this is pretty rough work. It doesn't look very artistic, but if whoever's at the door, Finn, I know it's on Ava's turn. Finn, you can make a perception check. Ava, if you're moving in, you can make a perception check, and I'll tell you one other thing you might see.
All right, let me try that.
Crown for king, these fools.
I'm gonna go
This
ahead.
is
and do
otherwise
this.
a pretty sterile room. Just metal floor tiles.
Oh.
The tables are like stainless steel. That sort of thing. Finn, unaware of the other thing that's in the room, at least until they move further forward.
Finn's not
Here
known for
comes
his
my
perception.
perception check. Hey, there's a 17. Upon
All right,
entering the
as you
room.
walk in the door before you move to the right, the northeast, into this
Okay.
curved sort of,
Put myself
whatever
right
that's
there.
the technical term. Yeah, right when you hit that point, you look up, and towards the middle of the room, you will see a token with an X through it. That token represents Lonjiku Kaijitsu. You've seen him. Your friends had an unpleasant argument with him. You would have recognized him because you're a local, and he's a big fancy pants jackass with anger issues. And he
Indeed.
To put it lightly.
he is much like the other bodies, covered in molten silica. But he has been bound into a chair and had this silica melted onto him in an almost artistic fashion. It is almost beautiful in its grotesqueness, whatever, macabre nature, maybe. I don't know. I'm throwing out words, trying to find the one that sounds right.
Just ripping pages out of that page-a-day calendar.
Yeah.
Word-a-day calendar.
But that's what you see. And these goblins, the ones they were making noise, they were jumping around, they were throwing silica and circuit boards and everything on the floor, shattering. Some of them have rods.
Did we get a drop on them?
I think that you noticed each other at about the same time. You tried to be sneaky, but you guys did not roll well.
No, we did not.
Some of them have rods in their hands that are almost white hot at the core, little bit of a bright orange color at the edges, and they look to be staying that way.
That's concerning.
Very concerning.
So, Ava, you moved. Is there
Russia
anything
did
else
it
you would
towards
like
beheading
to
them.
do?
Yes, indeed.
That sounds like Ava.
Running in, and as
Sounds
she
like
runs past, she
what
kind of
I do.
throws a hand axe at the guy at the door there. 14 to hit KAC for 7 damage.
All right, so you run in that door and you juke to the right, end up going northeast. I think that's close enough. You don't have to throw, because I think that's close enough that you could. I mean, if you go past him and then throw, he's going to get an attack of opportunity if you move past him there.
Not since he hasn't gone yet, though.
Oh, thank you for that. I totally brain
Otherwise,
farted on
this
that.
would have been
Thank
very
you.
different.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sorry about that. I spaced on that. So 14.
It's one of those easy ones to forget. It's only like it's very situational. It's only at the beginning of combat. You are forgiven.
How
Thank
magnetic.
you.
This time.
14 definitely hits.
For
And
7 whole
you-
damage.
that tomahawk, that hand axe, just right in the clavicle, lodged there, and their left arm just goes limp, and they squeal in agony.
Nice.
Oh, God. Not death agony, though. Just regular pain agony.
Yeah, regular agony, not the Wilhelm variety.
These ones are tough.
Oh, you call out Wilhelm as soon as I don't have my soundboard at my fingertips yet. You cruel man. By the way, sorry for the lack of soundboard today, folks. My computer was acting up while we were running our pre-flight tests. So we'll have it back next
Alright.
week.
So, Ava, you moved, you attacked. Anything else you want to do?
She's going to swift action draw another axe because she can do that.
Nice.
Woo!
And
Cool.
that'll be her turn. Quick draw feat. It's good for when you want to just throw a bunch of different weapons.
You want to throw axes at things.
This goblin's moving closer, and it's going to attempt to shoot Ava. A futile gesture, I feel, but something that's probably necessary.
Nah, not necessary. You don't have to try to shoot Ava. We could be friends. Come on, goblins.
Well, it's hard to be friends when you run in and your first action is to throw an axe at someone.
Your first
A 13
action.
will... Yeah, I had to fight so hard not to say it that way. A 13
to
will
ask him
miss
a question,
Ava.
that's
I
all.
am 100%
Oh,
certain. It probably
Oh,
hits her in her like armored chest piece and just sort of heats up a little bit, and the heat dissipates and it doesn't penetrate.
Yeah, she doesn't have anything fancy. I'm sure it's just like some bit of like mirrored or polished metal or some sort used to deflect specifically lasers. Just got lucky
Oh,
because without armor,
Next
that would have
up.
been bad.
is this goblin. They are going run here.
Bring it on!
They're gonna try and shoot you as well, and I feel like you have a little bit of cover.
Looks
So
like
that's going to make
looks
this
like
attack even more ludicrous for me to attempt. But a 22.
So is it EAC or
armor class?
KAC?
EAC.
Is it EAC or KAC? EAC. Okay. That +4 is still not going to help. So yeah, that'll hit.
Nice. Take a mighty 1 point of fire damage as that goblin raises its unsteady junk laser and a pulse of light flashes out and strikes you in a weak point or a less shiny spot on your
A
armor.
less shiny spot, yes.
And now it is Finn's action.
Nice. I'm going to take a swift action to get photon attuned before I do anything else.
That doesn't actually take an action.
Okay, I'm going to take a free action to become photon attuned before I do anything
Yeah.
else. And so, which square am I physically in? Am I in this square right here, like in the middle of the door, or my back one? Kind of...
You can choose. I was kind of viewing you as I open the door and start stepping in, and then we go to initiative, but you could be further
Okay.
back if you want.
And if I'm right here, what square is this goblin in? Is he within punching distance?
Yeah, he's in an awkward spot, but he is within punching distance.
Beautiful. That is what I wanted to know. Because that means I can do a full attack. Because I already had my gauntlet out because we heard the laughing.
Yeah.
Why did I do that? I could have moved him 1 square away.
Alrighty. Let's see if the dice like me today. Not really.
16.
Pretty good.
A 16 will hit it, and that seeing as how that goblin has an axe in its clavicle, how do you want to end it?
I'm actually going to bring my gauntlet, like smashing down into the axe to drive it deeper into the goblin, finishing him off.
Nice.
Teamwork.
Nice.
And then I'm going to fumble epically
Yeah.
on the second one. I got a critical
Because
fail on
the
the second.
goblin falls to the floor.
But that is my turn.
All right. Next up is this goblin over here. He or she, I did not assign genders to these goblins, is going to run and jump on top of this table.
You didn't write exquisite backstories for each goblin?
I
What?
did not. I'm sorry.
Come on, Jet.
There's so many of them. They breathe like rabbits. And it's going to kneel on the glass-covered corpse and shoot a bolt of very weak laser at you.
It can try.
ProLab is just being... Oh, whoa. I rolled a natural 20.
Oh no!
No.
For a total of 4 fire damage, and you are on fire.
Ay, ay, ay. Who was this? Finn or Ava?
Finn, it was Finn. I'm sorry if I was
Oh,
not
okay.
clear.
You were not clear. How much damage am I taking?
They ran to hop on. It was 4 fire damage total, and you have
Oh, I
the
need to fix my
burn
things.
condition.
I knew I should have brought a fire extinguisher.
You are on fire as long as you have this condition. At the start of your turn, each round before you take any actions, you take the listed amount of damage, which is it's burn 1d4 in this instance, and the end of the round in which you are burning, you can attempt a reflex saving throw to remove this condition. The DC is 10 plus the amount of fire damage you took. If you succeed at the saving throw, you're no longer burning. You can attempt a new saving throw each round, and you get a cumulative +2 bonus for each round you go beyond the first.
Okay.
Make sense?
Does the saving throw take any kind of action, or is it just a free action?
Just at the end of your turn.
Okay, I dig it.
I mean, if you had a fire extinguisher, you could use that to put it out. You know, that sort of thing.
I'm okay with being on
Yeah.
fire. Does that mean I get to do burning damage if I rest somebody right now?
You ain't a
No.
torch goblin.
Next up is this goblin right here. And this goblin is going to reach up, rip the arm off of one of the corpses on the table, run up to the edge of this table right here, and they are going to chuck the arm at the ground in front of Finn, and pieces are going to shatter
Oof.
everywhere, and I'm going to draw a little doodle here. Give me bright color so people.
What?
And this is now. It's considered. We have caltrips in it.
Ugh.
So
Rude.
if anyone needs to step through that square in front of Finn, make sure to stop right in front of it, and we'll do some things.
Ugh. Ruining my rushing plans. Rude.
Talk so much about charging
Next
before the game with the GM around.
I had that planned from the get-go. It's Lahan's
Sure
turn.
you did.
You have a gecko?
From the get-go, yeah.
No, I know.
I've got plans for this room potentially, but I might be able to bottleneck you guys outside of it. So
True.
That's
What happens if I move through caltrops?
are you moving through
Difficult
caltrops?
terrain?
It's probably reflex.
Well, if you move through
Potentially.
caltrops, I'm going to roll this d20.
Ugh.
I got a natural 20, which luckily for you doesn't really mean anything dangerous, but you will take 1 point of damage as you step on this monomolecular silica and cut your foot, and your movement speed would be cut in half. This lasts for
Rude.
24 hours, or
Oof.
until you are successfully treated with a DC 15 medicine
Oh,
check,
that's not bad.
or you receive 1 point of magical healing.
Yikes.
Caltrops are scary and dangerous, in which case
I need to buy some.
I will. Yeah, apparently. I'll move up here behind Finn, which will just give me a shot at these goblins up here. Even though they are going to have probably some soft cover from Finn being in my way, we'll try it anyway. Shoot a goblin. Shoot a goblin? Roll 20? Come on.
Please shoot a goblin?
Beg of
Shoot
you,
a
let me shoot a goblin.
Oh, she
Nice.
shot a goblin!
Oh, wow.
4 damage,
Wow.
and it's staggered.
Which goblin did you shoot? Which goblin? I'm sorry.
The one straight back, probably.
Yeah, I was thinking the one straight back here.
That one there? What?
Yeah.
It would probably help if I had the select tool active. So 4 damage.
And he's
Rude.
staggered.
And they are staggered. Do I need to make a saving throw to be staggered, or am I staggered and then a saving throw will end, or does it just
It
end
is-
after one turn?
Typically
Weapon
one turn.
crits. It does have a fortitude saving throw, or be staggered for 1 round.
Oh my.
Oh. Are your goblins
like-
particularly fortitudinous?
They are not, but Hero Lab rolled an 18 plus 0 for me.
That's probably enough. I should figure that. in.
Kind Hero Lab saving my poor goblin from being staggered.
Ugh.
Staggered. One of the best conditions to impose on somebody.
Hero Lab.
Is there anything else you'd like to
I
do,
do.
or is it now my next goblin's turn? My most dangerous goblin.
Leaf, Tom, do you remember off the top of your head how to calculate the DC for
Yeah,
critical
it's-
effect on weapons?
10 plus half weapons item level plus your ability modifier used to make the attack roll.
Okay, cool. That is it.
Okay, so this goblin up here to the northwest is actually going to run this way. And by run, I mean double move, because run around corners. So, you guys, you just see this goblin kind of shriek, jump around, kind of roll under that table a little bit, and then dart out a door. So your characters cannot see them in this hall.
Yeah, that's fair. Jacinto probably didn't even see that happen. So,
Yeah, there's so many of them. And I've got one more goblin left, and it's this one right here in the middle. And they are actually going to move back and hop on this table here and shoot at Finn.
Yes, get me. That's what I'm here for.
16. EAC, 16.
EAC? Yeah, that gets me.
Take 2 points of fire damage. Feel that burn.
you fiend.
I do another -2 on this.
And now it's up to Jacinto to save everyone.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. You're lucky I rolled so lowly on the initiative, Jet, because I'm gonna do something so cool. No, actually, I'm actually pretty excited about this. Jacinto is going to think real hard for a second, and then okay. And he begins tugging at the fabrics of the universe, and he is going to begin casting a spell that is going to take him a whole round to complete.
Oh no. Do you have a token ready for the product of that?
I might have just realized that I might need a token for that. I'll get one. I'll get one set.
Yeah, luckily I think you have time. As many people as I have going in this combat.
I have plenty of time, and luckily I shouldn't have to react to anything because I'm so far back here and I'm so very small.
But
that is my turn.
I've got this last goblin here. It's going to jump up on the table or walk across a glass or a silica covered corpse, and it's going to go crunch, 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 and maybe their foot's going to fall into the rib cage, and then they're going to draw they're going to draw their junk laser as part of that, and let's see. Eat junk. Gotta be. Come on.
No hits
60
with junk
feet
laser.
exactly. Exactly. I'm going to fire a pot shot off at 13 versus EAC.
For Finn?
At Finn.
Yep, that gets me. Once I switch my armor, you're not going to get me as much, but for now.
I didn't hear the first part of that,
Yes.
Lapis. I'm sorry.
You get me. But
Okay.
soon I will have
4
that.
points of fire damage.
Rude.
It's
It
alright.
catches you in the side of the neck and it burns. You've got so much fire damage coming at you.
Fire pistols.
Now,
Bad memories.
and now it's Madam Murder herself. It is Ava's turn.
Go, Ava,
Indeed,
murder.
Madam Murder is going to move up here in between these two goblins and attack the one to her right with an axe.
So Ava runs forward, vaults on top of a silica-encrusted corpse, and swings down at a goblin.
Yes. Although
And the
I only
goblin-
got an 8. 2 on the die.
Yeah. I think the goblin rolls under the edge of the table, narrowly avoiding doom. Is there anything you'd have to do with a swift action?
Draws a second axe. So she's dual wielding them now.
All right. The goblin to Ava's north
Oh no, you're
going
flanked.
to drop their junk laser. And with their other hand, bring up that heated rod and attempt to club you in the knee. I feel like a 9 will miss.
Ava just kind of
Maybe
laughs.
they.
Goblin swings wildly. Doesn't even get close to hitting her.
I was gonna make the goblin and you be so much cooler by having it swing and you just jump over the rod, and then you land and crunch back into the corpse.
I liked it until the corpse crunching.
All right, well we can just leave that off. You don't crunch the corpse. You jump and avoid the rod. Then you delicately pirouette around the corpse. Because as we all know, Ava, she has delicate sensibilities.
Of course.
All right, I got a goblin up here. This one. Gosh, I keep trying to do the ping while selecting other tools. This goblin here is going to full attack at Ava with their junk laser.
Rude.
So from the northwest, coming in at Ava are 2 blasts of coherent light. 16 and a 19 versus EAC. Oh, nope. Those are way lower than that because I forgot to do the -4. So it'd be a 12 and a 15. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I have not figured out how to full attack in Hero Lab, so I have to manually adjust that.
That is all right. Only one of those
So
hits, the 15.
All right, so take 4 points of fire damage.
I will. I will take 4 points of fire damage.
Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation. And now it is Finn.
Alrighty. So if I walk this way through this gobbo, am I
Lap
stepping
it.
on caltraps?
You can delicately work your way around it if you try hard enough, but you'll have to squeeze, so that'll reduce your movement.
How much does squeezing reduce movement by?
If I remember correctly, I believe it halves it.
Squeezing
have
does
squeezed.
it does have your movement.
But what if I'm only squeezing for like 1 square, not for my entire movement?
Then it would just
How
cost
about
you.
we just...
So this
10
square would
feet.
cost
Yeah, I
me
was
10.
gonna... Yeah,
That makes more
yeah,
sense.
that's totally cool.
I am 100%.
I don't know if that's how
Difficult
it's supposed to
terrain.
work, but that's. I have 2 large.
I'm making a
creatures in
call.
my,
I improvised these call trips. Like, I mean, I planned ahead, but I homebrewed these call trips based on old Pathfinder stuff. So there's wiggle room.
Alright, so I got 10,
Not much wiggle room because
15.
he's squeezing.
20,
Huh.
25. And then I'm going to do a single attack at this goblin with my gauntlet. And I'm entering round 2 of Photon
Oh.
Attunement.
Oh no,
Just
I don't like that.
so you know. 21.
That super will hit, and you just clock that goblin, and you hear the jaw shatter, and it squeals in agony, and it's just looks so pitiful. You broke this tiny little big-headed goblin's jaw, and all it was trying to do was hit your companion with a white-hot rod.
Yeah, Finn has zero
all I
sympathy
was
for
trying
this
to do.
tiny goblin. He's also been getting pinged with fire pistols this entire time. He's not super happy with these guys.
Next up is this goblin, the first goblin to jump up on a table over here. They are going to reach down, and they're going to grab another limb off of this table here, and they're going to chuck it. I'm going to say right there.
Ah, there's one thing I want to do. Caltrops.
Gosh darn caltrops.
I mean, to be fair, I have it listed as broken circuitry, but yes, it's effectively caltrops. That's what it's gonna do.
I thought it was
next.
people's arms.
Well, the silica melted onto their body is what goes into the circuitry. So it's It's melted circuitry that is then broken.
Not
Next
any
up
less
is
gross.
this. Yeah.
No, this is
Next up is
horrifying.
this goblin south and west of Ava. And it's man, it's gonna full attack with that heated rod because they're all carrying around those poking sticks because they were doing awful things to those poor dead people's bodies.
Bring it on.
So a 6 will probably miss, and a 9 will
Definitely.
probably miss. They're awful
Love
with
to serve.
these. And now
Just
Lahan.
missing.
All right. Lahan is going to combat track the same goblin she shot last time, and then take another shot.
Nice.
The 21 to hit for 3 cold damage.
Killing it.
Oh!
Take that, goblin.
Firing some rocks tonight.
Right? Just hope my luck.
You fire that numbing beam. Is this numbing beam? It does cold damage. So you fire this numbing beam, and it manages to catch the goblin's heated rod, and it released a burst of steam that burns half of its face, and it squeals in pain.
Nice.
Non-lethally.
Sure,
Non-lethal
non-lethal pain. If you're done,
Yep, that's it.
I've got another goblin that needs to go, and this one is in a straight hallway. It can just run so far.
Straight to me.
Kind of has to stop there. That's it. This other goblin here at the forward end of that body and glass covered table is Lahan's got some cover. Ava's standing up there. Ava's a big target. Let's
Yeah, that was the intent.
Let's just shoot the crap out of Ava, hopefully.
You
Full
can
attack.
try.
14 versus EAC and
Nope.
12 versus EAC.
Negative.
Just blaster, like laser blast, just right through, like maybe missing Ava's hair barely, maybe like ricocheting off of one of those shiny plates that Ava has on her body. And then it is Jacinto's turn.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Definitely.
Is it?
Definitely the moment you've all been waiting for. Oh, goodness, I've done it bad.
Oh no.
But a moment, my friends. I have a token that I definitely had prepared before this. You see,
For sure.
definitely. Crud. Well, so here's what Jacinto does. Jacinto is going to finish tugging at the threads of the universe. And next to, let's see, where are we? Next to Ava, right in this space, if you'll allow me, a little portal opens up, and out of that portal pops. Oh, I'm almost there. It's coming. Is going to pop
What is it? What is it?
this little guy. A lantern archon. So
I feel
Jacinto.
like there's a burst of song as they come into the world.
Oh yeah,
Like
absolutely.
a fanfare.
So a little for the lantern archon, yeah, it's some brassy a brassy fanfare, we'll say. Absolutely. This lantern archon is inexplicably somehow bigger than Ava and Finn, but that's okay. Thank you. And it is then going to immediately take a turn and try and slam this goblin. And
No!
I
Poor
will
innocent goblin.
Oh, a 23
What?
to hit. I don't know why it's rolling to the GM. My apologies. A
I'm
23
very-
to hit for 4
Oh.
points of damage.
This
So-
goblin, it's so pitiful. It's still standing. It's
Oh,
like
I should have full attack.
you slam it and you hit it in the eye, and the eye kind of goes and just dribbles down their cheek, and they're in such rough shape.
And then Jacinto is going to step up here and is going to say, "It's okay, everybody. I brought reinforcements. Just let the song guide you," and is going to use Song of the Spheres, and everybody gets that beautiful +1 bonus to your attacks and damage rolls. And yeah, just have a good time out there, friends. That's my turn. That was a move and another move. Oh, and I'm spending an RP to make that happen.
Okay, this goblin, the last goblin, is at the extreme range for its pistol, and it's just going to just hold that trigger down, and it's going to spray and pray, and it wants to hurt Ava so bad.
Mhm.
Why won't Ava just let it happen? 18 and 15.
Is that 18
Versus
accounting for the
EAC.
-4?
Yeah, it was a 22.
Okay, then yes. That'll hit.
Oh,
Was the 15?
Yes, it does.
So 4 and 2 fire damage. How's Ava feeling right now?
Hasn't even broken a sweat. Her
Oh,
eyes
you're all-
lock on that goblin, though.
You're all roided
Kinda-
up
Yep. Eyes narrow.
on level up juice.
Oh, yes. And she's going to attack one each, the goblin on her left and then the goblin on her right. So first one's going to the left, second one's going to the right. Ew. 16 for the one on the left and 17. Sorry, did I say 16? I meant to say 6. 6 for the left, 17 to hit on the right, both minimum damage.
gross.
Very.
The one on the right falls to your blow. The one on the left still reeling from the blow to its eye from this creature that sprang forth from nothingness with a burst of song, just like accidentally dodges your blow.
It's with my left hand. What can I say? Ava's right-handed. And that'll be it.
Next goblin up is dead.
Ha! Destroying goblins, left and right, right and left,
Oh yeah.
all over the place,
Up and down, north and south.
east and west.
15, 20, 25. Yeah.
Worries me when Jack gets quiet.
Things are happening.
Oh.
It's okay. Everything's fine.
It's always scary when the GM goes quiet.
What's that
It
goblin
is.
gonna do?
It's true.
This goblin here. And Finn has cover.
He could always hold his action to shoot
The
someone
Han's
later.
gonna
mean, he-
have a cover.
You could always shoot my Archon that just appeared.
Yeah,
Sure.
I keep forgetting about the Archon. It's so tiny.
Damage punch.
And my
He could shoot
laptop
himself as
monitor
well.
is so washed out. It's gonna shoot at that Archon. That Archon deserves to die for
It's probably gonna hit
popping
that
the eyeball
Archon.
of its compatriot. Roll well, poor Gabo. Roll well. Full attack!
Oh no!
14 and
Yeah.
a 10.
No. A miracle.
1 point of fire damage. One epic point.
Yes, it's still alive.
Nice.
I don't know how many hit points
Longest
this
surviving
Pronker has.
summon ever.
Like 5, maybe?
Now he does. Had 6. Now has 5. Level 1
All right,
summons.
Finn.
All right. Move 5
Yeah.
to right here. And then 10,
Yeah?
10 more to squeeze here, so that's 15, 20, 25.
It's faster if you just go through the green.
No, that's fine. And I am fully photon attuned now, so I'm going to take my standard
Oh,
to
no.
explode.
Explode!
That's my
Oh
thing.
god, and they're in such a beautiful burst
Yeah, so
too.
this is the description on that. So I get 2d6s,
3d6.
3d6. I'm level
1d6.
2.
I believe.
1d6 per level plus 1d6.
Okay.
Per level.
Yeah,
How do I do just a dice
it's
roll
above
on this?
average for your level.
You can just do two open brackets,
Oh, here you
3d6, two
There you go.
closed
I
brackets
see 2d6s
in
right
chat.
here. I got this.
I mean, they do get
Oh,
a
or that.
save to reduce for half, right?
Yes. That's
Okay,
The
also
save is.
We should
Save is
remind us to show you how to put that in your abilities section later, so that it'll roll all your dice for you.
Okay.
the save should
Save
be
is what?
10
10 plus
10
charisma modifier?
plus 1 because Finn is now level 2. So it's half level. 10 plus half level plus charisma mod.
And my charisma mod
So
is 2.
10, 11, 12, 13,
Mhm.
I'm thinking,
Yep, that
off the top
sounds
of my
right.
head.
What's your charisma mod 2?
2.
Then it is 13. That is also 1 more damage because photon you are photon
I
attuned
didn't add that in there.
when you explode.
Yes, so that'd be 8.
Um
So 4 for
yeah.
half, 8 for full.
So the one to the north, on the ground, dives under the table, lessening the blow. The one south of Finn rolls off the table, lessening the blow. And the one closest to the furnace takes the full brunt of it, all 8 damage. And
Dies instantly.
I
oh,
doubt it.
that's 9.
actually, like I love the visual of it getting blasted into the plasma furnace. So I'm
Yes.
gonna give you one. It's going to fly back into the furnace, and it will char and turn into like a charred carbon and just break into dust, and then even that is consumed.
I'll take it.
And I need. Did you say it was 9 damage, Tom? I'm sorry.
8.
It
Full.
is
half.
it's 9 because of the morale bonus that I'm giving right now.
Oh.
Aha.
But I don't think it matters if they save because you round down. But oh, I get to use my reaction, guys. I get to. So Jacinto has a reaction when he sees that goblin get just wasted. Is going to cry out and say, "That's the way, Finn! Excellent job!" And you feel so inspired by this that by my battle cry that you are going to get. What's my charisma modifier? I should have actually. You get 4 stamina points back.
Nice. I could actually use that.
Yeah.
I'm at half stamina right now. They've been pinging at me.
Yeah. Yeah, so dear viewers, Jacinto is a battle leader now. He took the battle leader archetype out of Near Space, which is really cool. It's got some adorable art of a Berneri with like a very decorated captain, like military outfit. It's awesome. So yeah, Jacinto does that now.
I want to know how that
Nice.
works. How are you able to give back stamina? So I know how to remind you to give me stamina too.
I'm so glad you asked. Every time one of you downs an enemy or we score a crit, I, as a reaction, can signal in this case, there's a whole bunch of things, but basically you get to choose one cry at level 2 that you can use as a reaction when somebody triggers with either a killing blow or a crit. The cry that I took was regroup or something, or recoup, and it works similar to an envoy's the inspiring boost, except
Indeed.
it's level plus charisma modifier. So tell you what, you down somebody and please remind me, and I will definitely shout encouragement at you. Oh, and you can only receive it once per 10-minute rest.
I figured there. Okay, that's what I was listening for.
Yeah, there's the caveat, because otherwise
There's
that
the
would be
caveat.
preposterous. Yeah. So, yep.
That would be the old 3.5 bag of rats with great cleave trick that people used to try and pull.
I'll
I
ask
don't know
another
that one.
time. That sounds bizarre.
It required interpretive reading of how great cleave worked, and it was not a good idea. It was not good. It was not a good time, I don't think.
Leaf and I know a thing or two about Great Cleave.
All right, next up is the goblin south and west of Ava, partially ducked underneath the table, recently one-eyed due to the efforts of this Archon, and it's going to
I thought I killed that
futilely,
one.
I might add.
Or
No, you didn't
knocked
kill
out.
that one. You hit it, and then the Archon hit it, and it's teetering. It is on the brink, and it's with its last breath going to
It should walk away
lunge
from
at
you.
Ava's ankles. It's
Oh,
lunging at
darn.
Ava's ankles, and it's trying to trip you, and it fails. While we
Oh,
were
man.
talking about Tom's ability, I rolled the die, and it rolled a 6. It only would have
wanna
happened
feel
on a
bad.
20, but I really wanted to knock you over.
And I want to feel bad, but I kind of don't. I just kind of don't.
And now it's Lahan's turn.
So Lahan's gonna move over by this table, going around the caltrops, and still combat tracking that one. She's gonna take a shot with her numbing beam. See if we can't knock it out. Get us a prisoner. Come on, roll 20. I believe in you. Oh, Nolan, god of dice, please roll well on my attack. Come on. I didn't say anything mean about Nolan. I didn't.
I'm not seeing
This-
a die
it's
roll.
The 5 stages of trying to roll in roll 20.
I rolled. Did I roll? I'm gonna roll again. Now neither
There
of
it
them are
is.
coming through.
There we are.
Nice.
15 definitely hits. 2 cold damage. This thing slumps to the ground, and I'm going to put a sad egg face over it to represent that it's unconscious and not dead.
Nice.
Right. Is that the extent of your turn, Lahan?
That's it. That's all I got.
All right. Goblin runs in here. Jacinto, did we establish that you speak Goblin? Who is it that speaks Goblin?
I do
I
speak
It's
speak
Goblin.
Ava that speaks Goblin.
Oh, we all speak Goblin, it seems. Except maybe Finn.
Not Finn.
It runs into this room, looks screaming, "Boss, boss, get up here!" And then it pauses for a second and registers Jacinto's presence, and then it's going to, it looks like you're within melee range, it's going to strike out at you with its heated rod.
Oh no!
Oh no!
He's never supposed to be in the fun of combat.
But I'm so squishy and far away from everybody.
In my defense, they're awful with the heated rods. I just like the heated rods. But it rolled a 17 on the die for a total of 19.
I think you just like saying heated rod.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
for
gonna
a
hit.
total of 3 fire damage. We
Oh, no,
forgot.
you're gonna burn my
We have to
little
back up
plant friend.
one moment, folks. Finn, roll 1d4.
Oh, Finn is on fire.
I forgot about that.
Finn is on fire.
Take
Right.
1
No.
point of fire damage. Make
Is that-
a reflex saving throw.
Is that come out of my stamina still?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Nah, I'm still
Oh
on fire.
no!
It's okay.
you're still on fire. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to not let that slide. That goblin did hit you.
I don't mind being on fire.
Yeah,
It happens.
you got your damage, I believe. Did you copy that down? Next, it's this goblin that rolled off and under the table, and I'm actually going to make it use its movement to roll backwards and off the table.
Nice. Don't forget they got me thanked too. Oh, now they don't.
Well, it didn't really before. It's going to guarded step back because I described it as rolling off the table, and from underneath the table, it's going to shoot you in your ankles.
Not my ankles.
14 versus EAC.
Yep, you get me. Right in the ankle.
Take 2 points of damage to your ankle. Fire damage. You need so much aloe vera.
Ah!
Burn cream.
Little monsters!
More
Shooting my
fin.
ankles.
Jacinto.
Jacinto is freaking out in a big way. He's not usually this close to the things that are trying to kill us. So he is going to back up. And he's going to shout, Ava! Ava! There's one back here! And he's calling for the boss!
Did you do a guarded step to back up?
It was a guarded step,
Okay,
yes.
good.
Yep. And then I am going to take one of the smaller crates in this room and huck it at the guy with telekinetic projectile.
Nice.
So
That's only a 10 to hit KAC.
it slashes out with its trusty heated rod, knocking it to the side. Because for some
the
reason
fiend.
it can hit. Yeah.
They're so good with those rods. Oh, and I still have my summon. And then the Archon, as its last glorious act, is going to. Is this one? Why does this one have a skull on it?
He's been knocked into nap time. He's not dead, but he's unconscious.
Oh, okay. In that case, my Archon's last glorious act will be. Yeah.
That's
To move over here, and I pull up my Archon sheet, and I'm going to slam. Come on and slam. Archon,
Yeah.
I am so glad I chose you. That is a 17 to hit KAC for 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
That Archon super hits, and it slams into that goblin's breastbone, and you hear ribs crack, pop, 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 pop. It's still standing, but it's still sitting on its butt, shooting from having shot at Micah, or not Micah, Finn.
I mean, that's my first name.
Yeah, I've been saying Finn. I don't know why I said Micah all of a sudden, but it's like crack, and it's just kind of rocking while it's sitting there on the floor.
And then the Archon will look down at the goblin and wink out of existence. Its 2 rounds of existence being up.
Those were 2 very good rounds of existence.
Very effective. I tell you what, it's a lot more effective at combat than Jacinto is, and that's kind of the idea.
Next up is the northmost goblin's turn, and they're gonna shoot at Finn. They did not like what Finn just did.
They are within poking
They want
rod
Finn
distance.
to feel more fire. Sorry, what?
They are within poking rod distance as well.
Not this one. This one's way up here.
Oh, heck, there's another one.
It's shooting Finn. Shooting Finn, hopefully good. Does a 17 hit your EAC?
Oh, yeah.
And a 19
Yep.
hit your EAC.
Give me some fire
So
damage.
take a total of 4 fire damage
Nice.
between those 2 shots.
This is why I'm a
Now
con build.
it's Madam Murder herself.
Madam Murder will turn on her heel, hearing the cries from Jacinto, and Jacinto's not providing cover for this goblin, right? Being smaller than the goblin and the fact that I'm on the table.
He's
There's a
tiny.
little bit of a wall there. I feel like maybe they get a tiny bonus to their AC.
Okay, but are you sure?
Oh,
Looking at that arrow that I have
Okay.
drawn, are you positive?
thank you for the arrow. I revised that statement. Yeah, Jacinto is not providing
Cool, okay.
cover.
With that known, then I will in fact make a full attack instead of moving. So she'll turn on her heel, and it is a little far away, but she'll go ahead and throw both axes. Yes, and get a crit on the first one.
Oh my god, that's beautiful.
So
my.
she kind of she does the turn on her heel and kind of over the shoulder throws both axes, and the one goes flying off, but the other one just catches the goblin square in the head.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that goblin is super dead.
That's 14 damage.
And Jacinto will then call out, "Thank you, Ava. You're doing great." And you get back 4 stamina points.
Hey, that's what I
No,
was
she doesn't
hoping
need
for.
those.
Yes, I do. Are you kidding me? I've been
Oh.
shot so many times.
Go, my party members, and I will give you your stamina back.
And
Drunk and puppet master back there.
and now
Our small plant overlord.
His leafy tendrils spreading.
Jeez.
Honestly, though, really nice shot there, Ava. That was awesome.
I am very happy with that crit.
Oh, no!
hello, Jacinto.
Who's this jerk?
Oh no!
So running out of this door to the southeast of Jacinto is a gentleman of half-elven descent. He has the epicanthic folds of a Triaxian, much like Amiko, jet black hair, and is sporting some fairly hefty armor with a rifle of some sort just hanging from their chest, and they run right up. They run out the door, look momentarily at the remains of their goblin minion, hear the sound of combat, and charge towards Jacinto. Not mechanically charging, but they're just moving towards Jacinto. And they reach out and they attempt to punch you, Jacinto.
Oh, Pronk.
For a total of 15 for
that'll
7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow!
And you'll note that this is not archaic.
Unfortunate.
It does not have the archaic property.
Right. All right. Ava, there's another one.
Oh no!
Looking this way.
I was going to say, Ava saw this one.
All right. Next up, it is the goblin directly in front of Finn. This goblin is going to... I feel like Finn maybe turned in response to his ankles being shot. And this goblin is going to dive into the backs of Finn's knees in an attempt to trip Finn.
Okay.
I'm probably going to fail. What is Finn's KAC plus 8?
13 plus 8 is going to be 21.
I was actually super close, but I fail. You feel a goblin slam into the backs of your legs, and it just kind of slumps to the ground and then stands back up, shaking its head.
So is that different than my CMD? Because that's the same number.
That is your CMD.
KAC
Yeah,
plus 8.
that is.
Okay.
Combat maneuver defense.
Yeah, because I've already got it calculated out. I was just curious why you asked me to math it. Just making sure it wasn't a different thing.
Yep.
Mm.
It is your turn to respond, Finn.
Nice.
Get him.
So I'm going to take a free action, and my gauntlet, which had turned completely black after I did my explosion, is going to start picking up light again. Small spark is building in there.
I have a quick question. I missed this opportunity when it happened. What did the explosion look like? Because we established, your gauntlet that's like an absence of light sort of births a star when you photon attune, and it gets brighter and brighter. What does it look like when you actually detonate that?
The star goes
I've never
supernova.
seen it.
I'm pretty much imagining what Nick's saying. Like, all of the brightness that's been gathering in my gauntlet kind of explodes outwards, leaving the gauntlet black as void as it usually is, and everybody gets pushed back in the big old brightness explosion. Is kind of what it's like in my head. I'm not super eloquent,
Awesome.
though.
Totally fine. I just wanted some sort of description to be out there so people listening or watching would have a frame of reference. and it helps me. I enjoy the descriptions, and I feel bad when I forget to do a description.
It definitely helps if, like, I've got my head in thinking about descriptions beforehand. All right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to spring it on you. So, go!
Okay.
I choose you, Finn.
So that was a free. I'm photon attuned now. How damaged does the dude that just tried to jump into my shins look?
Pretty badly hurt, but they're not on their last legs.
Okay,
They're not bloody if you are familiar with the 4E term.
I am not, but I can imagine what that means. I'm gonna full round attack him with my gauntlet. 18 and a 7.
Oh, so your max damage there completely murders my good friend here.
Nice.
How do you want to end them?
So I turn around, noticing that the goblin was trying to trip me, and I think as he's standing up, I bring my gauntlet back downwards and pin him down to the floor, just squishing his vital organs.
Nice.
That is all I got.
This poor goblin. It's the unconscious goblin's turn. They roll over in their sleep and suck on their thumb.
Ah.
Lahan.
Hey, we're gonna have one to question.
All right. Lahan is going to move her combat tracking to this half-elf guy. As a free action, she'll say, "Stand down. We don't want to hurt you." And then take a shot with her numbing
I
beam.
want to hurt you.
Yeah, I figured. So I'm taking a shot at you with my numbing beam flame hat.
Yeah. She meant.
And eventually, Roll20 will cooperate.
There it is.
There we
Oh,
go.
that's only a 12. So that'll probably
That
miss.
is going to miss.
Drat. But that's all I got. That's a move in a standard.
Dead goblin needs to get off of my initiative tracker. The one that's sitting on its butt and shot Finn's ankles is going to scramble forward and go for your ankles again, but this time in an attempt to trip you.
Oh.
Come on! No! Rolling decently, I just can't roll high enough because they're bad at melee. I want to do it. Jacinto, it's your turn.
Yeah, no, there are a few things more
Would that put
satisfying
him,
than.
up a little bit closer to me since he was just trying to combat maneuver me?
Oh, yes, thank you for reminding me.
I
I'm
just,
sorry.
I just wanted to be in punching range. Purely selfish.
Yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense. They're kind of there. I've narratively described them as scrambling under the table, but you're fine. There's no weird cover or anything.
All right. Jacinto is going to panic, step back one square, and is going to say, "Who the heck are you? Are you their boss?" Lahan, do you recognize this guy?
Do I recognize this guy?
I'm trying to remember if we've said that you would have seen above the board. This is Pseudo Kaijitsu. I can't remember if Lahan actually has seen him in person because he's been gone for a number of years, and I don't know if she would have seen him prior to his departure.
So this is the brother.
That's why I was describing the epicanthic
Yeah.
folds, very similar to Amiko, and
Okay.
they're a half-elf, and I'm pretty sure previously we had mentioned that he was a half-elf and very obviously not his father's son.
Oh, but then why are... Okay, so not all is as we suspected. Unfortunate. All right, well, Jacinto doesn't have a whole bunch of other things that he can do in this situation. Charm person would be funny, but I don't know if I'm willing to burn another spell slot. So we're gonna do a telekinetic projectile of this guy after all. Come on, that's a crit.
Nice.
That's a crit. 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And I can't, believe it or not, I can't battle cry myself. Very much like the envoy can't by the rules inspire themselves.
Go me!
Yeah, I did so great, guys, but it's okay. I still got 5 damage.
Just
That's pretty.
have
You will note.
a type that's just narcissist.
You will note that when that would mechanically strike him and it does do damage to his stamina, narratively he just reaches up and he bats it to the side, taking it on his arm, and he's very much nearly unaffected by what just struck him.
Rude. Jacinto whimpers. And is that's it. That's all I got.
I just got to down one more goblin, and I'm gonna
Alright.
come save you.
Yeah.
Next up is this lone goblin that's just way out in the boonies firing pot shots from forever.
Yeah, I'm just leaving him. I'm gonna make him chase me.
He's gonna keep shooting at you.
Actually,
It's got 60 feet.
Shoot at you. Full attack. You're so lucky. That was a 19 on the die for a total of 24 minus 4, so 20. And then a 13 versus your EAC. So I
Yes,
believe at least
yes.
one of those hits. Just the one?
Oh, they both do. I haven't put on my heavy
Oh.
armor yet. I've got the ability to do
Okay.
it, but we didn't really have time between sessions, so I figured I'd leave it until later.
Yeah, we were
Makes-
kind of
I mean,
stalking.
it makes narrative sense. Yeah. So 7 total fire damage.
Nice.
And your last turn, we forgot to do the fire again.
Hang on a second. Let me take the 7 off.
Yep.
Finn just doesn't care that he's on fire.
You should
It's fine.
put.
It's not pressing. I've
uh,
got other things to worry about. So the
You know.
D3.
Oh,
Yep. So it's 10 for. So you have to beat a DC 13, I believe, if I remember
But you
what I
have-
spouted earlier. Plus
You have
2
a-
to your reflex save.
Why do I have +2 to my reflex save?
because you've been on fire and the fire is like likely to go out. This is
okay.
it. Like, yeah. Nice.
Okay.
That's an 18.
Yeah, either you pat it out, or you could just be like, "I'm Finn and I'm a badass," and you just let the fire burn out on your clothes.
I'm just gonna let it go out at this point.
You know, he just exploded in like stellar fire. So what's a little body fire?
All right, folks. Do we want to go through one more round, or do we want to pause here for the bio break? Because we have 10 minutes until we are at the halfway point.
One more round.
One more round.
Okay. Ava, Madam Murder herself. You've got victims aplenty.
Yeah. No, she's going to hop down off the table. Let's see. Moving up here. And yeah, she can actually move here by squeezing. Get it right up in this guy's face.
Nice.
Yeah.
As she does, she draws her tactical spear
Yes.
We know you're giving him soft cover.
and tries to skewer. But that's a 13 to hit.
Ah.
I thought it's a net 20.
I saw that. I gave us a reroll as well. I figured we might need it for this boss.
I will not
I'd
use my
gladly
roll.
take that. I'd gladly take that crit.
Do it.
It is yours.
I shall use it.
Okay.
Big shout out to me
Roll
So,
your.
for giving. Ooh, wait.
Yep.
Or,
Just wanted to thank me.
Just thank
So
me.
let me just.
Roll more damage.
Roll another There it is,
Nice.
another 7.
Yep. So 14
Yeah.
damage.
Do you get to add your modifier twice?
This
Runs
blow.
Runs skewers.
Though?
You do add your modifier twice,
Okay.
yes.
Just curious.
Everything is doubled.
Okay.
This
I'm thinking
blow
Pathfinder.
seemed to have some effect. Not as much as you're probably expecting, but you stab forward and you probably get them in the side near a kidney or something. Well, whatever's in front of the kidney, maybe liver. And you get close, you nick something, important, but not immediately fatal. But they still seem to be pretty robust.
As that happens, yes, I do have a reaction again. Jacinto, because she crit, Jacinto will give his battle cry again, and say, "Keep it going, Ava. You're doing great. Wow, you did a lot more than I did." And Ava, go ahead, take 4 stamina points back, because I realized I was mistaken. It's not between every 10-minute rest.
Okay.
And for a whole series of reasons, which I've worked out in my head, that kind of makes sense, because this is much more limited in some fashions.
Oh, Ava, that was your whole turn, or are you drawing another weapon?
No, she's keeping a hold of this one, and she actually gets to add up 1 to her AC because the spear has the block property.
Nice.
Phew.
Useful as heck.
Well, now it's this person's turn, and they draw in a breath, and their chest expands far beyond what a half-elven chest should, and veins of electricity crackle up and into their throat, and their mouth goes incandescent, and they breathe out a 15-foot cone of electricity.
Oh god, you guys
rude.
are in a line.
Oh no, guys, we set him up for this.
Well, I got a 14 on her reflex save.
You guys clustered.
Jacinto got an 18.
Woo!
I got a
It's
rock.
Oh.
Oh no!
So it's DC 13. So Ava's the one that failed.
So close. You're our dex build too.
Go.
All right.
Like almost perfectly average damage. So 9 electricity damage.
And 4 for half?
Yep.
Okay. I am still in hit point damage. Ow!
Ow.
It's all right. I
Bahan,
just need
did
to
you
get another
not-
crit, and Jacinto can give me more HP back. Or stamina back,
Bahan,
rather.
did you update your stamina?
I
and
updated
your
my
hit
level. I
points?
just didn't take.
It's not.
Because you should have
Yeah.
way more
Oh,
than
because the
that.
token didn't update. It updated on my sheet, but apparently my token's not tied to it.
No,
That's gonna be a U fix.
you've got a physical do
Oh
it.
shoot!
You can modify your own token.
Well, we
But
can.
I can't
yeah.
tie it to my sheet.
I'll fix that later. I can
Yeah.
set a token to be tied intrinsically to the sheet, and then it will share information back and forth.
That would be
Yeah.
good.
For now, I will fix it on here, and then we can deal with that when we're not in the middle of it.
That alarmed me when I saw you go down to 1, and that did not make sense to me. They did move. They didn't move, but that was their standard. They don't have a. After that, they will take a calming breath, open their eyes, and stare intently at you, Ava. And as they do so, their very green irises will light up from within, and their veins all throughout their body are going to glow beneath the skin with that same light.
Weird.
Interesting.
And it is Finn's turn. I'm running out of goblins to do things with.
How is the goblin under the table looking?
They're in really bad shape. You could probably punt it into the wall and it would die.
Alright, I'm gonna do a single attack at it then.
All right.
I'm gonna take my reroll if nobody objects.
I don't think you can take your own reroll,
Can I
but you
not
can take
my own
Trippy's.
reroll?
Did Trippy give us
I
a
don't-
reroll?
Oh,
We
yeah,
do
they
I
have
did.
don't
a
know why you
reroll.
couldn't.
Okay, I'm gonna take Trippy's then if I can't take my own.
All right.
Should I reroll everything or should
Got
I'm
it.
just gonna reroll everything? My damage was good, but I'm just gonna reroll everything.
Well, you're
technically
re-rolling a
it's-
d20.
Okay.
Yeah, anyone
you're
dies.
rolling the d20s.
Well,
Keep
it's,
your damage.
So a 13 will definitely hit, and 12 damage will rock its world. Do you just
Nice.
like kick it in the chest and into the wall? Is that what's going on?
No, it was with my gauntlet because my gauntlet gets some of the bonuses that go in that. I could punch him
Okay.
into the wall though. I am pretty strong, and that wall's not too far away.
There you go. Or you just narratively you grab the goblin by the neck, pick it up, and with your gauntlet hurl it into the wall.
Nice.
This death brought to you by Trippy Darlin.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for that reroll.
Trippy, I hope you're satisfied with this death. It is in your hands.
All right, and now
When you think of death, think
so
trippy.
that was
Think-
just an attack. So I still got to move, and I'm gonna
Yep.
use my move to get my ass over this way towards the action. My butt.
You're
over here
killing
towards the
them too
action.
quickly. I only have
5,
one reaction.
15.
That's the
20.
trick. I have to inundate you with weak enemies so that you can only heal one of your allies.
30.
And that's a thing.
All right, that's all I can do because I did diagonals and those cost more.
And the sleeping goblin continues to suckle on its thumb, and it's Lahan's turn.
Were we gonna do break after that round, or?
Wasn't a
The round. We've still got a couple more people till the end of the round. Ava's
Okay.
at the
Oh,
top of the
We
order.
just got so many humans.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
lot of tokens on
Lahan-
the board.
Lahan takes a couple of steps back and then lines up another shot. This is gonna have some penalties or he's gonna have some bonuses from cover. And miss horribly.
Oh. Hey, you could take Lapis's
I
reroll.
could take grab Lapis's reroll. Let's try that.
Try it.
Let's do it. Not a full attack. Come on, big money. 22.
Nice.
22 to hit.
Woo.
That will hit for 3
5
damage.
full damage. No, the first one was 5.
Oh, 5. Sorry. Yeah.
I just hit it again to get all the bonuses back in there. So I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
have to look 'em up.
easier than having to type them. I did the same thing.
5 non-lethal cold damage to the face.
Starting to look a
Probably not.
little bit haggard, but not truly injured.
All right.
You're gonna take pot shots at now, Goblin. Oh wait, that wasn't. the
That
one.
goblin's dead.
It's Jacinto's turn.
Jacinto is absolutely gonna step back here in front of Lahan and is gonna do the same thing. He's gonna take a telekinetic projectile. We're gonna take a lid from a barrel in this corner this time. Jacinto points
Throw
at
the
it.
caltrops.
The caltrops, yeah, that was brought up in chat. Caltrops, so like, I don't think caltrops necessarily like the caltrops. Like, I couldn't throw a handful of caltrops unless they were in a container, right? If they were in a box, because I can throw a box, but I can't throw a handful of things. I can throw a thing.
Yeah, but you could throw one of them. Like,
Yeah,
I wouldn't change your telekinetic projectile, but they're
Oh,
obnoxious. therefore
yeah.
you should throw
I'll
them at
throw a
him.
caltrop. I'm gonna take one of those caltrops off the floor and throw it at Mr. Half Elf guy. Is he a dude? He's a guy. He looks like a guy.
He is male.
He's okay. Yes. All right. Yeah. Because you were saying there before, and I was I wanted to make
Oh,
sure
sorry.
that I was. No, that's okay. But I miss with an 11 on the die for a 13. So the shot goes wide.
Oh
Seems
no!
fast ears.
This last goblin's favorite target tried running away, but didn't get far enough. Full attack.
Oh yes, I was running
Oh,
away.
God.
Exactly.
Running in fear of my awesome might. A 5 will miss.
No.
And a 13 versus EAC.
Just barely, but you get me.
Ah, 2 points of fire damage. Fear my righteous anger. I will avenge my brethren. And we have finished this turn.
Finished.
Leave it time for our break.
Ah, there's more death to be doled out. I suppose we.
Hey,
Oh,
we got
Gosh.
After break, we're going to continue this combat. We're going to see what happens with Suto. And just don't go anywhere, folks.
How long is our break going to be, Jet, just so everybody knows?
Thank you for reminding me. Do we want to do 10 or 15, folks?
Let's do a 10.
15.
Oh,
Oh,
I mean, if one person needs 15, we're going to do a 15.
yeah, let's do 15.
I got overruled last
So,
week when I was
let's
the one
say,
saying 15.
47 after the hour.
All right.
sounds like a plan.
Stuck around. We had our successful bio break, didn't we, Tom? You didn't make it to the Harry Potter restroom, did you?
I got waylaid by a certain hedgehog who wanted my attention. That is not a euphemism.
Worthy. I feel like that was a worthy excuse to not make it.
Yeah. Haven't hung out with her as much as I wanted to this week because it's PaizoCon, and almost every night, except tonight, I have played either Pathfinder 2 or Starfinder, and it's been wild.
Nice.
What do you mean, except tonight? You're still playing Starfinder.
Okay, yes. Wait. Yes. Oh, she's eating. Pepper is eating right now. My hedgehog's eating his Pepper. Yeah, no, you're totally right. It's so funny. I was talking to Sarah before. I was like, so, like, this week has been great because I've played so many games and it's been a lot of fun, but at the same time, I can't wait for it to be over. So all the games are over.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Simon and I were talking. He can't do 2 games in a day. He was like, I don't know, man. That's a lot. Because it was like for con slots, it's like if you play 2 games, that's 10 hours. So.
No, I am too old to do that anymore. All right, jumping back in, Ava.
Next
You've got
PaizoCon, we're going.
An angry individual in front of you who just breathed electricity at you and your companions.
Indeed. Willing to bet they can't do that twice, though. So I'm going to fuck with the right weapon. The spear that I have, because I have not retrieved the other.
It's another crit! Yeah! Hey, guess who just had a turn? Ava, take back 4 stamina points.
Jeez, stop hurting my people.
Stop hurting me.
We will not.
Oh, I love it.
It is our job
So
as
Ava,
PC.
Ava goes in for a spear attack and just kind of like runs him right through the chest.
He actually looks hurt right now.
Oh yeah, he does.
A little bit.
What about the 15?
That-
Does the 15 hit?
No.
I wasn't expecting a 15 to hit KAC.
All right.
That's all right. We'll settle for just 1 crit, I guess.
It is Suto's turn.
I guess.
Suto doesn't like this. Suto is also going to open themselves up to an attack of opportunity. So, Ava, if you'd like to do another strike.
I do. Just a 13 to hit, though.
That will miss. And now I have to read some text because Suto... Oh, shoot. I can't do this as a full round action. Poop.
Oh, Shuto, I think you mean.
Yeah, oh, Shuto.
We're so punny
Boo.
tonight. I love it.
All right, so that's not going to work. I'm going to spend a resolve point, and the chest is going to swell to an unnatural depth once more, and it is going to vomit a 15-foot cone of electricity.
It's funny, I was thinking that when Leif said that, he was like, oh, I bet they can't do it again. I was like, I bet he has resolve points, though.
So, reflex saving throws from Ava and Finn.
At least I got a 20 on
and I
that.
are out of the way.
Okay.
Oof.
So Ava takes 5 electricity damage. Finn takes 5 electricity damage.
Ouch.
And
Rude.
doesn't say it says it's immediate It doesn't say what kind of action it is to use that RP to recharge the Arcanus gland. It just said to do it to recharge immediately.
Yeah.
You just spend a RP to do so. It's basically part of the action, the attack action.
But that standard moving away is not entirely dumb because it'll deny you a
All around.
and you've already made an attack of opportunity.
Indeed, I have.
Oh no, I grabbed.
Well, so the. Oh yeah, no, that's yeah. I'm crazy.
Because I was doing something else, and then they did the attack of opportunity, and then I realized I couldn't do that thing. So
right, so you already bought the
opportunity.
attack of opportunity. You might as well cash in.
Yeah. All right, Finn, you just got electrocuted a little bit.
Okay. Can I move through squares that allies are in? Or
What was that, Lapis?
Can I move through squares that allies are in, or is Ava effectively
Yes.
blocking me from that room?
Oh, you can
No,
walk
you-
through there.
Yeah, you just can't stop in her square.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Okay. And we've already established that by stepping here, I don't hit caltrops.
Yep.
And there's a squeeze
What
to
are
go
used
this
to?
way. 5,
Yep.
15. Up this Ava.
I've inconvenienced you with my green squiggles.
15,
You have.
20,
The legendary green squiggles of
25.
inconvenience.
30.
And for the people listening, what's happening is Ava and Finn are charging into a smaller room that led into the workroom where our goblin boss that the players, not the PCs, would know is Pseudo Kaijitsu is fighting them.
And as I'm
Probably trying
advancing,
to
my
keep my-
gauntlet once again reaches peak brightness. I am fully photon attuned.
Oh no. No!
Oh no!
And I am also a safe distance from Ava. So I'm gonna go ahead and just explode.
Backed himself in the
No!
corner. Hit that explode button I built you.
Oh, did you build a... Is it in my abilities now? On that
It
one,
is,
or
yeah.
it nice?
Nat 20, so I'm taking half.
No, hit the
that's not the
supernova
one?
button.
Okay, where is that at? I thought it was on my regular one.
In your character sheet, on abilities.
Yeah?
Should be one that says supernova.
Oh, did you just make a new one?
Yes.
I don't see it. Hit it for me.
Okay, I'll try. If roll 20
Oh,
will
here it is. I
cooperate.
found it. We're good. Boop.
Oh, good.
All right.
So
Oh.
9 fire damage, and I'm taking half because I rolled a natural 20.
It's 10 fire damage because there's not a +1 factored in for photon.
Still, so
Oh,
5
yeah, you
5
take toggle
damage.
for- Oh,
Curses.
gosh. Roll 20. Decided to heck in.
Starting to look
Go ahead.
a little bit hurt.
Well, good.
All right.
Sleepy Goblin rolls over. Lahan?
You're gonna have to give me 1 second because roll 20 crashed. And I tried to open Finn's sheet.
Yeah.
What do you
He's
want to
not
do?
happy with me today.
If you know what you want to do, I can help you with it.
Well, I can't see the map.
Oh, fair enough.
Because it's loading. So we're gonna have to get just a second here. 'Cause I know I can't see this guy.
Well-
Oh, but there is a goblin left up there.
I do want to take that.
Yeah, the guy is 40 feet away from you, but all 3 of us are in between you and him.
Yeah, he's gonna have soft cover if I try and hit him.
Definitely.
You could still
I
roll
am
a crit.
combat tracking with him. And I could still roll a crit.
That is a possibility. How many crits have
or
you
I
rolled so
can-
far this combat?
Legitimately,
So,
like 4.
Like legit crits, not purchased.
Legitimately,
I'm
I
gonna
like 3 or
move
4.
over to the
Yeah,
edge of
yeah.
this outcropping here and take a shot at that last standing goblin.
No. Not. Not Bojangles the Many-Legged.
Is he
Oh, he
mini-legged?
has
I
a
just
name
made
now.
up a real name. I just made up a real name right now.
Oh no, now
Jacinto,
we
do we
can't.
still have Song of the Spheres?
How did we not realize this was a named goblin? Oh my god. It's gonna drop special loot, guys.
He was gonna have to finally
don't-
chase me. I finally got out of his shooting range.
What was that, Nick, about Song of Spheres?
Do we still have it?
Oh gosh, no, that's been off for quite a while. It only lasts one round.
Oh, I should have
Well.
unchecked that.
Unchecked.
Oh no!
15 to hit the goblin
Yep.
for
You wing
3 non-lethal cold damage.
Wing it, and it looks like you hurt its feelings. It's offended.
Okay.
You're not Finn.
Well, that's all I got.
He and Finn have something special going on. Finn stands far away, and he shoots him.
I admire him. I mean, shoot him from afar.
Oh,
All
that
right,
was an accident.
Jacinto.
Ignore that.
Yeah, Jacinto is going to take Lahan's lead and say, "Oh wow, I didn't even realize there was another one back here." Okay, well those two probably got him right. Let's oh gosh, but man, Finn is not looking good. But I
Yeah.
can't go up there. It's so scary up there. All right, if I go up there,
man, I've done a number on Finn. This
yeah.
is interesting.
No, Jacinto's going to be brave, and he's going to run up here, and burn his last spell slot, and he is going to give Finn a certain number of hit points back.
I appreciate that.
10 hit
Nice,
points
that,
back.
puts me at full.
No, don't
Perfect.
do that.
Yeah, so Jacinto looks like he's going to run further into the room and get away from this big scary guy. And then he sees his friend Finn, who has saved his life more than once probably, and realizes, "Oh, I can't leave him." And so Finn, you hear a splash of song as you are healed. And that is my turn.
I'm gonna take a free action to yell out, "Thanks, Jacinto, I needed that."
You got it. Now finish this guy off, please.
This disappointed goblin, not satisfied with Lahan as his foe, will nevertheless shoot at her because he does not want to get off of this table.
Bring it.
Crazy talk getting off the table. The table is where it lives now. So a 8 versus EAC and a 11 versus EAC.
That's
Nope.
why he's the mini-legged. His legs include the table
Haha.
legs.
Yep. He has 6 of them.
He's many-legged because the goblins aren't good at counting, and they figured out that he has more than one. All
Yeah.
right,
It's more than one.
Ava,
Get him,
Just-
Ava.
do your
Oh,
thing, but maybe don't do it so well as you normally do.
Do it better
mean-
than you normally do.
I could, but has anybody bought us a crit recently?
Not recently, no.
That's
And
too
we're
bad.
starting to rely on those freaking crits and re-rolls and
Nah, I don't need it. I got a 24 to hit for max damage.
Yay.
heck yeah.
You
24
jerk!
to skewer this guy.
I told you not to do the thing.
Too bad.
I'm backed into a corner. You're in the corner with me.
Oh.
Would you
Oh.
rather I wasn't?
We did cluster again. By a guy who has AoE.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, but I know for a fact, as if this is in fact one of them worm glands, you can only recharge it with an RP once.
I don't think that's true.
That's
Yeah, I can double
that's the
check.
rules by the way I remember it.
Once you've used your breath weapon, you can't use it again until you've rested for 10 minutes to regain stamina points, though you can spend 1 resolve at any point to recharge it immediately. That's
Doesn't
the
say
extent
anything.
of the text.
That's all it says. Huh?
I was
Well, in
Yep.
that case, he can keep burning his resolve,
Oh.
but
Okay.
that's not what I was going to. That's not what I'm gonna do. I am going to full attack at Finn.
Oh no!
See how this goes for me. Probably bad. A 6 and a 18. So 11 bludgeoning damage as they draw back and do an elbow strike across your jaw. And then they punch again and just miss horribly. Take that, Finn. And now it's
Get
your
him.
turn to respond, Finn.
Get him, Finn!
I think you're muted.
I muted because I was crunching on apples. Sorry about that.
Hey, we appreciate that.
I didn't think you guys wanted apple
Roots.
crunch. I'm going to take a second.
No.
And, I'm going to graviton attune this time. So instead of getting brighter, my gauntlet actually starts getting like little tendrils of extra darkness around it.
Spook.
Like it's dimming the room and drawing the ambient light into it.
I was thinking it just starts like getting like little solar flares of darkness off of it instead of just being pure black. You know, kind of
Oh,
like when you look at the
nice.
sun, you get those solar flares spurting off of it. But like that with darkness, and the more
Nice.
graviton tuned I get, the bigger the solar flares get.
That's pretty dope. I approve of this message.
Yeah.
My name is Jet, and I approve this description.
And I'm gonna try to hit him twice with it. We'll see how it goes.
Cross.
That's not a.
So you have a full attack above the single attack.
Yeah, just go with
Yeah.
the first one. I don't know why it rolled twice. So 16 and a 10.
You strike out with your gauntlet twice, and Pseudo actually deftly deflects both blows with his forearms.
Alrighty,
Rude.
that's all I got.
And it's Nap and Goblin's turn to do a spit bubble in their sleep. And Lahan, you now have a nemesis.
She'll combat track that goblin and shoot it. And shoot it. Roll 20. Pretty please.
And shoot it.
Heck, get out of here. Get out of here.
Now. Now.
Kablooey!
Yeah.
19
Hey.
hit.
There we go.
Or
That's
5
super
non-lethal
hit.
cold damage.
Super hits, and you hit it in the chest, and the ice starts to form over its crude junk armor, and its teeth start chattering, and it's still standing, but it looks real bad. Lahan's having this epic duel in the background, and no one's even aware. Jacinto.
Sorry, I just broke the map,
Has-
y'all. It'll be back in 1 second.
No, okay.
Oh no! All right.
What's funny is just not cooperating with us today.
Oh no, that was my bad. I opened something and it full screened.
Ah.
No.
Actually, what Jacinto's going to do is stay where he is. Is going to telekinetic projectile this guy, praying that he doesn't have reach. That's an 18 to hit KAC.
Stop hurting him.
No, I
He
will
looks
not.
really bad. You're setting him up perfectly for Ava, you horrible person.
And then Jacinto's gonna dash out the door to the west because he's out of spells. So really sorry that you two have to deal with this guy now. But that is my turn.
Why do you...
Try not to kill him, guys.
Oh, and as I go, I will draw a spell gem of Mystic Cure out of my pocket.
The many-legged goblin will return fire on his nemesis, Lahan.
Where did he get all these legs?
There we go.
From the Jinsels.
Oh no, the many-legged goblin.
Oh no!
There we go.
Awful.
Go, full attack! A 7 and a 17.
Ooh, a 17 will hit.
Take 2 fire damage. Mirroring his own ice-encrusted damage to his chest, he strikes you back, this time with heat. In the the same spot on your body.
Best
Fire
Song of
Man.
Ice and Fire I've watched all year.
Better than the season finale.
And now it's Miss Murder's turn to kill my cool martial arts dude.
Don't kill
Indeed
him.
it is. I make no promises as I stab them with a full attack.
Oh boy.
It is impossible to get
Oh
her to do that.
no.
Another crit!
Oh gosh.
This has been well. Goodbye, Mr. Somebody.
Pseudo.
Nameless baddie, I didn't bother to figure out what you're called. You die.
They are dying.
Ava runs, has been going for body shots the entire time, but then she, fakes them out with that first attack and tries to stab him in the foot, misses, and then brings it up, right underneath the chin through his skull.
Oh.
Now we can't question that guy.
I mean, he's got resolve points. I
Oh,
think
right.
mechanically he's not dead yet.
Yeah.
Unless you coup de grace.
Yeah, he has spent 1 resolve point.
It should
But
be
he does
2 now,
have resolve
actually.
point.
No, wait, it didn't breath weapon last time. Never mind, I lied.
Breath weapon the first time, recharged breath weapon the second time, backed up, and then did a full attack.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Well, that was brutal. Now it's Micah's turn, right?
Now it's Pseudo's unconscious body's turn.
That's right.
And he's gonna spend a resolve to not die.
Oh, thank goodness.
Stabilizes, and that's it.
Yep. Stabilize them. I mean, Finn or Ava could very well coup de grace. And it is now Finn's chance. Finn, your foe in front of you that was raining down blows upon you, has a spear in their face and his leg on the
Oh no, I
ground now.
retrieved the spear. I'm not a... Ava's no
Okay.
novice. She doesn't leave her weapon stuck in the guy.
I'm
She
gonna-
might need to kill someone else.
Has a spear-shaped hole in his face and he's laying on the ground.
I'm gonna take a free action to yell out. Does anybody have handcuffs or some rope? Does
Ava
I
does.
have rope.
I do.
We're all good adventurers. We all have rope.
All right. I'm gonna
Oh, I lied. I don't have a rope.
I'm gonna
I'm
hold my
crazy.
action to punch him if he gets up. But other than that, I'm not gonna do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Sleepy Goblin will... no, we've got the epic duel of the many-legged one. There...
Well, his turn is at the end of the initiative order.
Yeah.
Yep, it is. Sleepy
Sleepy
Goblin will
Goblin.
sleep, then it's Lahan's turn.
Well, take one more shot at this guy. That's a 20 to hit for 2 points of cold damage.
They're still standing, but barely.
Really?
They're swaying real hard. You just chip it away.
Gosh.
Jacinto, you're in a
Alright.
hallway, away
I
from everyone
sure am.
else.
Jacinto probably heard a sickening crunch as a man's skull was punctured by a spear. So he's gonna peek his head around the corner and say, "Yeah, I have some. Oh my God. All right. Yeah, I have some rope. Finn, do you need this rope?" And we'll pull out rope from his backpack, hand it out to Finn.
I gotta wait for my
And
turn
that's
to
all
take it.
Of course, yeah. That's all I got.
Yep, that's a whole turn.
Maybe we should cover him. And by cover him, I mean question him.
How crazy is the many-legged one? As it's their turn,
It's pretty crazy.
Bahan. High, and he stays in to indulge in this epic duel. Low, and he runs away.
Okay.
Ah.
He runs away. Smart goblin.
No, I thought it was low. He runs away.
Yeah, low, he runs away. He is not being smart.
Oh, it's a d20. I always roll d100s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I did a
thought
d20.
Well, then he is not a smart
14?
goblin.
14
14.
versus EAC or 4?
4 will miss.
That the 14 does hit, though?
Yep.
2 points of fire damage.
Rude.
Is accomplished. Now it's Ava's turn.
Oh, this guy's gonna recover and get back up before Finn's turn. So Ava will
Take the
I mean-
rope.
kneel down.
I'll
You
punch
could
him
also
if he
take
gets
the
up.
rope.
Oh, you're right. I don't have to actually retrieve my own rope. So Ava will just drop her spear, retrieve the rope from Jacinto, and tie up this baddie.
Okay, that happens.
We do that.
Finn still on
And
standby.
meanwhile, she's telling some off-colored joke about how many adventures does it take to tie up a mid-boss.
Oh, does he not have another resolve point to wake up?
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Well,
I
I mean,
didn't even think about that. Yeah, he does.
okay.
He
Then he
wakes
has
up
one.
and his face vomits blood out the spear hole.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Like, what are you doing to me? Get your hands off me, you filthy colonists. Trying to think of an insult that he would find appropriate that I
Uh-huh.
could say. Sleepy Goblin sleeps. I'm assuming Finn is standing by. Or he did wake up. Do you punch him again?
Specifically
I mean,
said
he's
if
tied
it
up, correct?
stands up.
Yeah, he's tied up.
Yeah, he's tied up.
Yeah,
now.
Ava
I
tied him
was-
up,
I was holding
and
it
then
for
he
if
woke
he
up.
got up before he was untied.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
didn't want to be able
Just
to hurt
wanted
my
to be
friends.
sure.
I'm not trying to kill him. I want to
Lahan.
question him.
You're still
Shoot
locked in an epic duel
that-
with this goblin.
Goblin.
Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
Ah,
Ah,
a 9.
good damage too.
You miss, and it's Jacinto's turn.
Oh, I wish that this had never come to me. No, it's okay.
I'm sure y'all can hear the rifle shot in the next room, by the by.
Jacinto will.
and the goblin just screaming in obscenities about how you've interrupted his proper duel with his nemesis, the being with the dark hand, and how you shall pay for your impertinence.
And then a lid
I can't
from
be
some
bothered.
barrel comes over and slams him in the back of the head. No, it doesn't. That's a 7.
Goes wide into the furnace.
And then a lid flies over his head, interrupting his monologue, but briefly. And Jacinto's gonna be like, "Wow, maybe this guy was the mid boss. He survived a long time."
And it's now its turn.
He's gonna
I
try
think
and shoot
in
me,
general.
right?
Yeah, he is, definitely. A 17
Will
and a
hit.
10.
We'll miss.
Take 2 points of fire damage. Hey, Bertram.
Oh, I'm out of stamina.
Yes!
Rude. Rude.
Ava.
Oh man, Jacinto forgot to give me 4 stamina back when I killed that guy
Oh, so
or downed that guy.
it's really funny. I know it's been a roller coaster, but I can't actually do that more than once a fight. It turns out.
So you cheated.
Okay.
Yeah. So my apologies, but better honest than a cheater.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Indeed.
Yeah, leave.
Hey, I don't want to hear it. I don't know the last time I cheated.
I don't either. I'm just giving you shit. Fleem. I mean Fleem.
She meant prom.
Moves up to here. And yeah, says, "All right, be right back. I hear fighting in the other room." Comes into here.
How far
Let's
can
see,
you
I
huck
think
that axe?
a little bit further. Well, she doesn't have any of her axes, but that's okay because the spear also has the thrown property. At a -4, she throws the spear. So
Yes.
13 to hit for 5.
How do you end the many-legged one?
Yes.
Ava comes in, looks around, and says, or doesn't. No, this is perfect. Comes in, looks around for the many-legged one, sees a little goblin standing on the table, and just kind of like chucks the spear and hits it square in the chest, and it like flies off the table. And then she looks at Lahan and says, "So where's the many-legged one?"
That was the many-legged. At least that's what he was yelling about.
Where's my Wilhelm scream when I frickin' need it?
All right.
Did you
So
capture
that was
the half-elf?
He's tied up out there. Go ahead.
I got
and
eyes on
tied
him.
up but conscious.
ready for questioning.
Oh yeah, we could
but-
probably hear him babbling at this point.
May need
Jacinto,
to
should
be
we
punched
look
a couple
around
times.
So
in here for
I
any more
want to,
clues?
I want to try to
Oh, I suppose so,
intimidate this
yeah.
guy.
Oh yeah. Sento pokes
If
his
you
head
guys
back
want
in
to
there.
start in on that, maybe we can find some other
Mm.
material to use on him in this room.
Mm.
All four weapons
okay.
that she threw throughout the combat.
Mm.
Yeah. I need to look at anybody super familiar with the intimidate rules as far as
15
I
plus
can look 'em up
1.5
right now.
times CR.
Yep. And for every
Okay.
5 by which you succeed, like diplomacy, you'll improve their, like they're standing with you by 1 level. So he was hostile. So a success will bring him to neutral, I believe.
But this
And
is
then by-
intimidate.
It is intimidate.
Well, it does the same thing, but the difference is
It
that
wears
after 1d4 minutes or something like that, they go back to 1 level worse than they started.
Which is fine. He can hate me. I don't care.
so
He'll be
Hero
extra
Lab does this thing where if I build an opponent as a PC, I do not get a CR. What is the equivalent CR for a PC?
Level.
And I'm
Level.
Level? Okay. So it would be 15 times 1.5. So a 21, which you made
I did.
barely.
So you'll bring
So
him to
you-
neutral,
Yeah.
if not friendly.
And he'll spit blood at you, Finn, and he'll just say, "What do you want? Why are you here?"
Well, I was actually I wanted to use it more of demoralize than bully. Cause I'm not trying to change the
Okay.
attitude.
And then he'll just remain silent.
Because I don't think that I.
The more
He'll
lies
kind of
will
spit.
shake at the same DC.
He'll kind of spit blood on your boots and just stare at you silently. Then.
Yeah, because that's accompanied with. Tell us what you're doing with the goblins. If you don't tell us what we want, we might just finish you. But if you cooperate, you might find yourself let go. I've still got my gauntlet up.
All right, and as an escape is a standard action, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
so.
So it's actually going to be under the athletics DC, I believe.
Acrobatics has escape options, I thought.
Oh, acrobatics. Okay, then yes. Sorry, I knew it was one of the A's.
I looked it up and sent
20
you
plus 1.5, so 23.
Where
Oh.
is-
yeah, you can
Fail.
be using,
He-
Restrained by
Bucks.
binding ropes.
He does a full body like flex, and he's trying to wiggle his way out of the ropes, and starts kind of ignoring what you're saying. Like he stays quiet, and he's just trying to get out of his bindings.
Ugh.
Ava comes in here, kind of like grabs him by like one shoulder, forces him on the ground, and then kind of like stands with one foot on his spinal column, so he can't do that.
Oh.
That's a grapple versus a helpless foe.
With, as we know, oodles of bonuses to that grapple check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I can make a roll if you'd like to see if I can actually do that.
No,
But I
I mean
figured
he's
with all
not
the
really in a
bonuses-
position. He's not really in a
Yeah.
position to.
I thought so.
All right.
If
yeah, he's in a
he,
bad spot.
I feel like he recognizes Ava. He knows he's in a bad spot, and I have his marching orders from Paizo. He is going to describe to me again how you have him pinned, Ava.
So she forced him onto the ground. She's got one booted foot, like kind of standing in between the shoulder blades, and she's got the spear at like the base of his skull, ready to kill him if he tries anything.
Okay, if that's the case, he actually flexes his head back as hard as possible onto the spear point.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Is he
Rude.
dead? Did he
do we
insta-kill
want-
himself?
Do we want me to try to save him? Because I have a spell gem.
Is
I would say save it for us.
Yeah. All right. Fine.
No,
we do have an
he wants
unconscious
to
goblin we
die.
can question.
We do have two unconscious goblins. Nope, one. You're right. Ava speared the other one.
No, in character, Ava will say those goblins aren't going to be much help as she pulls the spear with a squelching sound from the back of this guy's head.
Well, let's see if
Alon,
we
meanwhile,
can
has
find
been searching.
any information on
other
his body.
room.
Search him.
Hmm.
It's not
Alon
a
only
good
got
sign when they're
13
willing to
perception
kill
search.
themselves to avoid capture.
Yeah, that's pretty heckin' gruesome. Jacinto is obviously distracted by this because he rolled very poorly on his perception check with a 16.
Anytime a hostage would rather die than be questioned, that means they're more scared of whoever is in charge than us.
He was pretty scary to begin with. Thank you, both of you, for protecting us.
Oh, thank you.
Just
for...
realized I was muted. Sorry, I could not hear you, Nick. There was crosstalk.
Yeah, I was saying that while they're doing this, Lahan was searching the other room, but she only rolled a 13 on her perception.
Okay. So
So.
the big room, this is where they assemble their superconductors. They pour out the silica, they do the graphene and all that other stuff. There's 9 dead bodies of residents, non-goblin dead bodies, covered in silica. Lonjiku is up here. He's the gold ring. Beyond that, it's what's on the goblins' bodies, which you find, and
Do you want to search the old guy's pockets?
there's nothing on him other than his clothes. It looks as though he has been. So that's actually a lie. Why did I copy? Ignore that survival knife. What you find on the goblins is of note. You find the goblin junk laser, you find second skin armor, and you find a strain gauge resistance rod.
Huh.
Ooh.
Who's gonna write all that down?
We had a loot sheet made up for this game, didn't we?
We do. Yeah, it's pinned in
Okay.
Discord.
I will go to it.
Cool. I just wanna make sure we don't
junk-
lose it.
Of course. Okay, so junk laser. How many junk laser? Not important right now. Junk laser. What was the resistance rod, Jet?
A strain gauge resistance rod.
Strain like.
Like,
And Finn said that he was searching Pseudo's body.
Yeah.
On Pseudo's body, he's wearing Vesk Brigadine Mark II.
Oh, that sounds
ooh,
nice.
Mark II.
Is that heavy armor?
No, that's light armor.
Aw.
It's
that's
really
light
good
armor.
light armor.
He had a tactical railgun with 36 rounds that he never got to use because he was right up in people's faces because I was going to spray a cone, but I didn't have it in hand. There's a data pad. He has a flute. Got some thieves' tools. There was a serum, if healing Mark II, that he intended to use, but he was backed into a corner too quickly to make use of that. And he's wearing a Ring of Resistance Mark I.
Nice.
Also, you find sacks of UPBs worth 4,595 credits.
Does he have
4,009.
any sort of identification on him or a communicator of any kind?
He has a
There's
data
a
pad.
data pad.
Data pad.
How many credits? 4,000.
4,595.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's on roll
Got
20.
Yeah, it's all been posted in the Roll20 chat.
Oh, see, that would have been great.
Yeah.
I was frantically
Yeah.
typing away
The one
as-
mistake is the survival knife that I have listed under
Yeah.
the goblins is not there. It's that strain gauge resistance rod.
Cool. Okay. And 8. Okay, so there's 8 of all that.
Mm-hmm.
8 of all the goblin stuff, 1 each of the stuff that pseudo has.
Of anything else, yes. Cool, thanks.
Yep. And what are you going to do with the stuff that you've found on his body? Are you looking at the data pad? Are you
Lahani,
going to explore the rest of the manufactory?
there's a
Somebody
data pad
should.
over here. You should check it out.
Sure thing.
Give it to Lahani, because she is our tech human.
Not a human.
Ahan is not a human.
Our tech lieutenant.
She's not weird. So the data pad's actually not like it's like swipe to open. He does not care about cybersecurity as much as he probably should. And what you find on the pad of note is this thing that I am now showing to everyone.
Looks like a journal, guys.
Oh, what's it say?
Right. Since the raid went about as planned, few Thistletop goblins perished, and we were able to secure Tobin's casket with ease while the rubes were distracted by the rest. I can't wait for the real raid. The town deserves a burning, that's for sure. Well, I guess that confirms who broke into Father Tobin's mausoleum. This one says, Rip Nugget seems to favor the overwhelming land approach, but I don't think it's the best plan. We should get the Anacite's aid. Send her up from below. Is that not right?
No. You cut out for
You
just a
were
second, and I
roboting
said,
for a
"Uh-oh,"
moment.
because your screen went black. Yeah. You cut out right after Rip Nugget seems to.
Favor the overwhelming land approach, but I don't think it's the best plan. We should get the Anacite's aid, send her freaks up from below via the smuggling tunnel in my father's manufactory, and then invade from the river and the manufactory in smaller but more focused strikes. The rest agree. Phasmas agree. The rest except Phasmas agree. And I'm pretty sure the hobgoblin's just being contrary to annoy me. My love's too distracted with the lower chambers to make a decision. Says that once Malfeshkanor is released and under her command, we don't need to worry about being subtle. I hope she's right.
There's one thing I did a typo. That hobgoblin, it should be Kanobo, which is basically the same thing.
Okay.
Very similar.
Oh, yes, okay.
And then there's one more entry here. It says, my love seems bent on going through with it. Nothing I can say convinces her of her beauty. She remains obsessed with removing what she calls her celestial taint and replacing it with her mother's grace. Burning her father's remains at the Thistletop's shrine seems to have started the transformation, but I can't say her new hand is pleasing to me. Hopefully when she offers Sandpoint to Lamashtu's fires, her new body won't be as hideous. Maybe I'll luck out. Succubi are demons too, aren't they? Oh god.
Oh, so it's
Oh.
the father's daughter.
In addition to that, you find a map of Sandpoint, and there are erotic drawings of a woman with platinum hair, a massive unpleasant scar across her midsection, and one of her arms is morphing and obviously demonic. Bahan, you would just straight up, you would recognize her. That is, or was, Nualia. And the map of the town depicts different attack plans. The first set shows a group of 30 goblins. This shows attack plans for a group of 30 goblins. One of these battle maps is circled, and you recognize that it is the one that was made on Sandpoint at the start of the festival, or at the end of the festival, really. Of more pressing concern are the next several pages. They illustrate an assault on Sandpoint by a force of what appears to be over 200 goblins. None of these are circled, and while many are scratched out as if they've been rejected, the implications are pretty ominous.
We need to get
That's
this
not
information
good.
to the sheriff. We also need to see if we can find. I'm spacing on the bartender's name.
Amiko.
Amiko.
Or any clues.
Oh, there's. Okay, yeah.
Right. This is the last place that she might have been. It
And
does
the
mention
drawings of Nualia, there is one final drawing towards the end of the files. She has her single demonic hand that I've described. She has bat wings, horns, a forked tail, and obvious fangs in this final depiction. And it looks pretty gnarly.
All right.
Hot. All right. Well, should we continue
Well-
searching this structure then? See what else we can find.
And with this
Yeah,
info,
we
we might not need that unconscious goblin anymore. We might as well just put him out of his misery instead of risk having another
Nice.
goblin get loose.
I think that might be the best course of action. Would you like the honors, or shall I?
Oh, you can. I take no pleasure
Are
in
you
killing.
But
Ava will just kind of walk up and.
Well, Lahani protests.
Oh, sorry. Did you want something, Lahan? But like standing there about to kill it.
but it's still a living thing. Shouldn't we lock it up or something? It can't hurt anyone when it's unconscious like that.
Can we arrest them? We are deputies.
Of course. No, Lahan's absolutely right. Poor innocent, sweet Lahan. And Ava will take the goblin outside like she's gonna go hide it or lock it up somewhere and then kill it outside.
All right. Are you guys
evil. It was an
intending
evil
to
action.
search? Are you guys intending to search the rest of the manufactory?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
know
Yeah, I
you're
think we
talking
should clear
about-
this floor first and then head down to look for the smugglers' tunnels.
Okay, so I'm going to just start deleting some of these shapes because be here then, because you will be able to get in.
We can open any door.
I mean, you
Yeah.
are a very good engineer.
I am.
All right, so
Prodigy.
I've got rid of the blocking terrain. All right, so she is actually located this room over here, all the way over here, directly east from Finn, just off of A6, if that helps you.
Found her.
They should be visible.
Yep.
Could we have taken a 10-minute rest as well?
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, yeah, that would be
10-minute
fantastic.
rest.
I'm going to spend
Yeah.
a stamina and get my resolve back. Because I am
Yeah, same.
hecka damaged.
Other way around, but yes.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, you spend a resolve to get your stamina back.
Yeah, did you know what I meant?
We did.
Spend stamina to get the resolve. It's important.
All right.
Yeah, so we're just sort of doing a sweep when we open this door off of, what is this, like a cafeteria?
Yeah,
Looks
this
like
is
it.
she's in a pantry. Is what she's in.
Jacinto will
She-
open the door.
If you
Oh.
open the door, Amiko, you hear noises as though someone's trying to talk, and when you fully open the door, light is cast upon a struggling Amiko. She has been ion taped, her wrists taped behind her back, her legs taped to each other, and she has a strand of the tape like through her mouth in a gag-like fashion.
Oh, hi, Amiko.
But she
All right.
does look injured. She's stable, but she is pretty beat up. She's been abused.
Oof.
Oh, Amiko, what? All right. Guys, I found Amiko.
I'm gonna help get her
Amiko!
out of
Oh my
that,
gosh.
tape.
Well, I can just.
I'll let Lahani do it.
Lohan pulls a zip stick and
Yeah.
zaps it again so that it comes off easily.
I'll let the
Yeah,
engineer do
you
it.
zap it, and it just kind of goes limp like fresh cooked pasta.
Pasta.
Spaghetti.
All right.
Amiko, are you all right?
No, my brother told me he needed to meet here. He said that father was responsible for lowering the defenses against the goblin strike, and that he had orchestrated the whole attack. And then he started talking crazy. He said Nualia was back. He said she was going to burn the town for her dark mother. Something about getting rid of her celestial taint. And he wanted me to join them and help burn the town to the ground, and I refused. Obviously, this is home. Sure, Dad's a garbage person, but the rest of the town is fine. I like them. This is like, and when I said no, these goblins came out of nowhere and they just beat me unconscious, and I woke up in this room.
So,
We took care of the goblins.
and I'm not
Excellent.
sure how you're gonna respond to the rest of our news. We also got in a fight with a man who I think might have been your brother.
Please tell me you captured him.
We did. We
Help
did.
me. We gotta.
He,
Excellent. That's good. Hopefully he's secure somewhere. But you gotta help me. We gotta find my father. We gotta get to him and warn him.
but Amiko,
Yeah.
That's not the whole story.
your brother killed
The
himself
goblins.
after we captured him.
Make any sense?
And the goblins got your father.
Oh, was that him? Oh gosh.
It's a bad day for Amiko.
And when she hears that both her brother, who despite his many flaws she loved and she thought, she could maybe redeem or something, and her father, that while he was an unmitigated gleamhole, he was still her father, and both of these people that were very important to her, her mother's long dead. She is very distraught. She kind of loses it. It's almost a repeat of that scene that we had not too long ago, where the young mother finds out that the goblin was responsible for the death of her husband, and the crying children. It's not too dissimilar from that. Only Amiko's a little bit more self-possessed. She doesn't start wailing, but quiet tears are coming down her face, and she just kind of sits limply there, almost in shock.
Amiko, I'm
She's
so
a bit-
sorry.
Let's
And she's
let's
just
get
kind of
home.
nodding and rubbing her nose as she's sniffling and crying. And
Jacinto pulls out a little hanky and offers it up.
she takes it thankfully, and she starts wiping her. She dabs at her eyes, and then she big honking, blowing her nose.
Oh, here, ready? Hold it out, and Jacinto token spells it, and the snot is gone.
That's actually a use I never thought. I think of cleaning, but I never thought of that. That's awesome. I personally
many
would find
uses
that
for token
useful
spell.
because I have so many allergies.
Question:
Right?
How
Yeah.
how
No,
destroyed
token spell is great.
how destroyed is her
You
father's
can spell
body?
your sinuses.
It's
Is that one of the ones they pulled out?
it's not gonna be. He was secured to a chair, and it looks like the melted silica was poured on all over his body in a rather artistic fashion. The quality of the work was a cut above the remaining 8 individuals. That their demise was significantly less artistic.
This implies, of course, that Suto did the father and then just left the rest, whoever these poor schmucks are, for the goblins to kill.
Yep.
That's
Yes.
that's effed up.
If it's any small comfort, Amiko, both of the bodies will be able to be recovered so you can have proper funerals at the very least.
Probably not open casket though for the father.
Yeah, that's why I was curious.
Nor the brother, come to think of it.
Are you kidding me? Yeah. Brother, neither.
We'll take care of that.
I mean, Spackle
Amiko.
would cover up that.
Let's get you home.
Yeah, we need to get you out of here.
But that has been
She
worried
doesn't
about
say
you.
a whole lot. She's very distraught, but she leans on whoever's willing to help her, and she goes along with you willingly. Like she's not resisting, and she obviously needs the support.
Finn
I
will
feel
be
like
at
it'd
the
be
post.
pretty devastating for Lahan to see this, because Amiko is someone that Lahan looks up to a great deal, from my understanding. And to see, and she's normally this like fiery woman that stands up for herself and doesn't let people really put her down. And she's like, that fire's not there right now. Jacinto, you're probably hearing a funeral dirge.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm hearing some very somber music, strains of music.
As we make our way back to the Rusty Dragon.
Yeah.
Did we finish searching the building?
Yeah, the rest of the building, it's a factory. There's a room full of PPE. There's actually there is some stuff of importance to find. There's normal stuff, but there is also, up here in the top right corner, you will note A23 has a weird tunnel coming off of it. And then there's A22. A22 and A23 are each, A22 is a secret office. You can tell looking at the room that this is where Pseudo had held up, and he was pretty heavily drinking. There's a lot of empty alcohol bottles just scattered around the room, and like basically a cot pitched in the corner. It's not a proper bedroom or anything like that. And then A23 it's just like a random storage room, and where that tunnel curves off into the southeast, that's actually a formerly bricked over wall that has been broken down. And it's a long tunnel, and it's leading from this room, and it's winding through bedrock below Sandpoint. And it was, you don't know who built it or how long ago, but it goes for a while. And I know I said southeast, but according to the text, that southeasterly that tunnel that heads southeast on the map is actually heading northeast. And it goes for about a quarter mile. Yeah, it turns. It goes for about a quarter mile, and then it dead ends. If you want to make a perception check, I can let you know something.
Yeah. I'm good at those. Not when I roll a 3 though. That is a 12. Do we have any rerolls in the chamber, Nick?
No, I don't think so. Let me check. No.
All right. Well, luckily, looks like Finn rolled a 20.
Okay, so if you you find a secret door that opens into a 30-foot diameter cave on the side of the cliff overlooking the Gulf. It slopes down to a narrow beach, and you can see from where you are at the base of that slope is a crude collection of goblin beds and like random scraps of meals, and it's just strewn about. Backtracking a little bit, from the tunnel's southern half, 2 side tunnels branch off. One of them leads to the east, and after about 400 feet, it collapses. The one to the west seems to have been bricked over again, much like the entrance to the tunnel. And westerly passage winds 50 feet or so before turning north for another 50 feet. It was you don't know why they were doing. You don't know why they were doing this, but what you do discover is, and I will take us to another map. It's awful when maps string together awkwardly.
Can we assume that we're doing this after we brought Amiko back to the inn and saw her taken care of?
That's totally fine. You take her back. Berthana will take her in. You know, you maybe call the mayor and let the mayor know what's going on.
Yeah,
but if you look,
send a message to.
You don't have to delve into this tonight. I just want to let you know what you found. Can you see you should be able to see the new map. If you go down and to the left.
Big map.
So we're going to start.
Yeah, a little bit big. Yeah, we'll start over here where I'm pinging.
Down and to the left. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, all right. Here comes Jacinto. Cool.
Yeah, when you guys update your tokens again, I will set them to the sheets because it looks like they're not all updating.
Cool. Yeah, I can't pull mine off either. I can't replace my token.
Mine's gonna be the old version.
Okay. Well, if you can see, that's all that's important. We'll fix it. We'll fix the tokens. It's fine.
I got you, Lapis. You're on the table.
Cool.
So there's this absurdly long tunnel beneath Sandpoint. It comes off to one direction, the tunnel collapses. It goes off to another direction. You find a big cavern and like a slope down to the beach. And there's the remnants of goblins. A lot of goblins having been there. And then this one leads off to this other tunnel. And there's like some stuff going on over here. And you don't have to... I'm not going to say you took Amiko back, came here, and we're going to start here immediately. If you see this and you guys are like, whoa, kind of beat up after that fight, let's go get ready before we go further. I think we've been lucky. That's A-okay by me.
Finn is absolutely of that mindset. I am missing half my hit points and would like them back before going tunnel exploring.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was figuring
new loot and money.
And I would like to put on better armor so I can, I don't know, be a better frontliner.
Yeah, I was figuring we swept the the top floor, got Amiko back, probably had a rest for the night, and then gone back in the morning. We should also message the sheriff about what we found, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can send
definitely tell the sheriff.
Yeah, you can send off a video mail or a voicemail or an email even. It'll get to him eventually. There's a little bit of a delay just due to distance. It's not instantaneous, but it's not
because he went to the NMR station, so.
So yeah, we maybe if you want, we could start here, but like Nick said, you guys took Amiko back. You got her in the hands of Berthana, someone to take care of her, to help her. And you knew that you had some more to explore because you saw that tunnel through the bricked up wall. You knew you had to go further, and you're like, we're not in any shape to do this. We're going to rest. We're going to get ourselves patched up. We're going to re-equip, and we'll go further. And that seems like a good spot to stop, as you guys have already resupplied narratively, and you're stepping into this dark, creepy tunnel system.
Yeah.
Nice.
There we go.
Oh, man.
All right.
Flame's getting real, guys.
Yeah, we found it. We found the big plot. Or, that may be me being naive. Because I don't see no Rune Lords down here yet. Star Lords. But still.
You'll hear them coming by their music.
Probably.
I believe, is it this Sunday for the actual episode 4 of Threefold's Conspiracy? As the investigators find the truth behind all the weirdness.
I think it is
I-
episode 4.
It's wibbly
I
wobbly.
discovered why I was so insistent on last episode being 4, because when I went to check the episodes, episode 2 was listed as episode 3.
Ah.
Yeah. I
that
had
threw me
announced them wrong. Yes, this will be episode 4 of Threefold Conspiracy, and they really are gonna find out the big twist at the end of this book.
Pretty excited.
And next Thursday, our deadly adventurers are going to be delving into what their players are going to know are the Catacombs of Wrath.
Oh yeah, it does say that.
Doesn't
Right
sound
there.
good.
Yeah.
Oh look,
Can
that's
we
weird. They hung a sign here. It says Catacombs of Wrath.
Like
Ew.
the ambush.
Yeah,
player.
there is a sign when it starts to get more like less natural, more worked, but it's in a language that you guys probably don't speak or read.
Yeah, probably.
Does anybody have any questions, comments, shout outs?
No. Thanks for running.
Huh?
Yeah,
Thank you for playing. I had a blast.
a good
And
time
if
as
anybody
always.
listening or watching wants to give us some icebreakers or contact us for any reason, hit us up on Discord. It's down underneath what you're watching right now on Twitch, or you can email us at nonstandardaction@gmail.com.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait,
Good stuff.
Lapis, you want to take us away?
Indeed. I'll see you all next week. Same time, same place. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh.